Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red. Can't let that shit down in my head, Wargaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
What's up, gang?
And of course, we've got Churchy in the Void.
Hey, that's right, I'm in the void.
Scottish Churchy in the Void today.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a little lucky dip. We've also got Rory very comfortably sitting on the couch.
He's kicked his shoes off. He's reclined. He's having a beer.
It's on his phone.
Like, next minute, his pants are coming off. You can't get any more relaxed
In my head, his pants are already off.
Oh, yeah.
But that's pretty standard.
Yep.
Hey.
Today, we are doing one of our favourite episodes that we do from time to time. I think this is the third iteration.
This is the fifth.
Excuse?
Yeah.
What?
I tell no lie. This is the fifth time
No
we've done
way.
this episode. Yeah.
Unfamiliar Wargames.
Yeah, although at this point it would be quite familiar because this is the fifth time we've done it.
Five. 4 prior to tonight.
I don't know what else it could mean. I don't have any other options for you. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
We've done, this is the fifth one.
I've missed one or two.
Well, yeah, probably two because you thought this was the. What did you think this was the third? Yeah, I've missed one.
I've done plenty of research today.
You've done something before this episode. You have done something. This is our favorite episode format because
Hence why we've done 5 apparently.
yeah, we love it and remember each individual one of them.
Like they're our children.
Yeah. Actually, pretty accurately, we've remembered.
2 children would get forgotten if you had 5, probably.
Of course, yeah. So you're a good dad. No, you're on par.
Okay.
You're on par.
I'm not a dad. Unless.
So, yeah, we love discovering, I would say, lesser known games, unfamiliar to most people.
Unfamiliar to us, at least.
Yeah, that's the criteria is we can't know about the game before we get into it. Really.
No, we cannot. Not really, anyway.
No. So we're doing that, but we got something else cooking.
We do. We have a painting competition. Something to wrap up the end of the year. Something that you can do. You can pick a project that's sort of been sitting there, getting stale, sitting on the back burner for a while, and just knock it out of the park.
Yeah, so we'll have in a Discord, we'll make a channel for it called the December. I don't know what the heck. Maybe that's the name. That's the name. Look for that channel.
Yep.
And basically, like Shane said, you'll just take a project that you've started but not finished. Can be at any level of the project. Take a photo, say, this is the thing I want to get done.
Yep.
It can be 1 miniature.
Can be.
It could be 10, and all you need to do is rim them.
It's fine.
Yeah, if you want. Anyway. We just want to see a project get finished to finish the year.
Yep.
Which will bake in nicely to the start of next year when Mini Walmart has his painting challenge.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be big. January's painting challenge. Check out Mini Walmart. A link for his channel will be in the description. He's already gearing up for that.
Excellent.
He gears up for everything that he does, and it's well worth it.
Speaking of gearing up.
Okay.
I've got a game.
Go on.
So I had a person at work approach me earlier in the week and ask, how long does it take you to edit your podcast episodes?
Ah, yes.
And I said, well, you'd be surprised to know we've never edited a podcast episode.
No.
We do it live.
We're doing it live.
So
Churchy edits it anyway. Even if we recorded it old-fashioned on like film, Churchy would edit
Churchy would edit.
Yeah.
He's doing a live edit, which is where he puts the screens up when he's supposed to.
Presses buttons when he's not snoozing.
When he's not snoozing.
He's been pretty good.
I haven't seen him sleep in weeks. He's nodding too, so he's interacting with us.
He's not nodding off.
He's not nodding.
I was starting to then.
Yeah, you heard your name.
I was like,
hang on, wait.
We have to keep roping you in. I almost wore my Church in the Void t-shirt just to keep him on task.
Nice. Yep.
But yeah, so I was like, we don't. And he's like, is that difficult? Like to just talk nonstop and know what you're talking about? Do you have a script?
Yes.
I'm like, we rarely have a script. But it got me thinking, we do need to be sharp between the ears. We need to be pointy-brained.
That doesn't happen often.
That's because we do no prep. Like, we don't do any practice as presenters.
Yeah.
So,
Our practice presenting is this.
Exactly.
So it's taken 5 seasons to get from why listen to listen if you feel like it.
Yeah, exactly. This is a perfect example. And so I've designed a game that's going to sharpen you between the ears.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we don't both need sharpening, I definitely need a good sharpen. Looking at you, Rory. So bring this game to me later on, like on another episode.
Like tonight?
Not tonight.
Tomorrow?
Oh, maybe later on today. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Next
this is
week?
the game. This is just a nice, simple word association,
Oh, I hate these games.
and this is going to help because we need the.
It's like Boggle.
It's like Boggle.
Boggle. Yeah.
Okay, keep that energy. So I've thought of 6 words, and I say a word, and you need to immediately respond with the first thing that pops into your head. Now, you got to understand the cadence cannot be, I say word, and you go, mba. Word, mba. That's too
So
slow.
no mba.
It needs to be word, ba.
I don't operate on that level, dude.
That's and you've never practiced it, so how can you? This is going to take our podcast to the next level, dude.
okay.
And I think we need to take our relationship to the next level.
Oh yeah, let's
With
move in
these
together.
words.
Oh wait, okay.
They're whispering to each other.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like that at all. They're plotting.
They're nodding in agreement.
Okay, so you ready?
Yep.
Bird.
Feeder. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
But I was just so fast.
Yeah.
that I thought I'd said it.
Yeah. You actually traveled forward in time. You were thinking that quick. And you're like, have we finished the game? All right.
Did I win?
Okay, good. Did I win? So far, you are not winning,
Has to
but
be ba, not mba.
yeah, not
Oh, no.
yeah, the first thing you go. Okay, all right. By the way, we will get to the episode, I promise.
All right,
This
sorry.
will be quick. All right.
Yep.
Ready? Basement.
Stairs.
Okay. Brunch.
Wine.
Baby.
Food. This is hard. Okay.
Bullet.
Gun.
Bread.
Loaf.
Good job. All right.
That's not a good job.
Now we're in fine form.
That was awful. What was that? What happens?
Yeah, you won, dude. Congratulations. Don't drink my beer. What are you looking at?
Oh, it looks like cricket inspired.
It does look a little cricket inspired. Yeah, it does. But that has nothing to do with the game.
Is that word association?
Cricket inspired.
Yeah, cricket.
Yeah, cricket. All right. So now that we're sharp,
Oh, I feel sharper already.
you look sharper.
Thank you. I feel like
You and your bird feeder.
I feel like I've just been beaten up.
Your brain has. It had to do stuff.
Oh yeah. Doesn't happen
Autopilot disengage. Shane, take control. No, these buttons do.
often. Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh Lord, save the plane. Anyway, so yeah, unfamiliar war games in this format. Shane goes and discovers a game and brings it to us, me, and all of you listening and watching,
Yes.
and enlightens us with information about this game. And then I will do the same.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the format.
That is it's a simple format.
Yeah. It needs explaining though, in case you're new. Or
maybe.
haven't listened to the last 5 episodes.
Maybe.
Quickly. No, yeah, you go.
What have you got?
I
Come
just
on,
remembered.
You gasped. You audibly gasped. I can't leave that.
I thought of a new word for you to do on your word association.
Oh, no.
Okay, so just quickly,
Yeah.
across the past 5 episodes, we have covered Conquest, Gaslands, A Billion Suns, Burrows and Badgers, Halo Ground Command, Sludge, Zona Alpha, Planet 28, Operation Last Train, and like 6 more that I couldn't remember.
Oh wow.
I believe like Verrowood, did you cover
Yeah,
that on
very
one?
good. Yep. Yep.
Full Thrust was another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys know.
Yeah.
So we have covered a lot on our last 5 episodes of this. So I'm curious to see what you brought. I was just letting people know if you wanted to go listen to any of those.
Yep.
You can just type in Hobby Homies Podcast Unfamiliar. That's what I did, and it came up with all 5.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I knew we had 5.
it doesn't take much effort to figure out how many episodes we've done. Anyway, carry on, Shane.
Here's my game. It's called Apple Picking 28. It is a part of the non-combat tabletop world.
I already love it. It's already my favorite game. I hate my game. It's disgusting. Tell me more.
Apple Picking 28 was created by Simon Schnitzler and his full... Don't laugh at his name.
He's got a food-related name.
He's German.
Oh, that's not his fault then.
Exactly.
He didn't
And his
pick it.
son's name is Leonard,
Okay, cool.
which is a Germanic way of saying Leonard.
Oh, okay.
I had to Google it because I'm like, I've never heard of Leonard before.
I'm glad you gave us those details, man.
Yeah, thank you. Apple Picking 28 became a bridge to share the joy of tabletop gaming and the hobby as a whole with his son. There are a few rules that Simon had to follow when designing a game like Apple Picking 28, and the same rules applied when playing the game.
Yeah, okay.
The first rule is simple. The game must be fun. There's no point making a game in which you'll crush your young opponent every single time.
Well,
If you want to do that, play with your mates.
sure. That's fair.
Right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, everyone has different relationships and power dynamics in their family, so.
Suppose.
But I understand why he thinks that.
Rule number 2. Just because rules make sense to you doesn't mean they'll make sense to your youngling. The reasons why things are the way they are a fixed part in every tabletop game. But for a child, things are negotiable. Why can I only move so far? Why can't we pick up all the apples in one go? Right? These things will
points.
need explanations.
Great point.
Yeah. Rule C. Every step towards a free-flowing game will be a learning experience. We all know how a turn works, how to read a stat card, or why we can't re-roll a dice when we see results we don't like. But a child needs to learn each of these in what could only be a grueling process.
Facts.
I don't have kids. I have a dog. Does that count? I say no, and he doesn't understand what no means.
Yeah, it's the same as a kid.
Yeah, cool.
There you go.
Sweet.
I reckon your dog would be on the same level as being able to play tabletop games as my son. I just feel like maybe your dog is less destructive.
Wow. And you saw how he was here earlier, right?
I did.
Okay, cool.
I did. So tame. So well behaved. Didn't try to kill itself.
Dear God.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Number 4. Expect the unexpected. Simon had a brief but intense moment of clarity when his son tore down the structure of his beloved hobby, not physically,
Oh, thank God.
and allowed Simon to let go of what was his hobby to become their hobby.
That's the longest my heart has paused in my life.
Has it started up again?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no, it's back. It's back.
Sweet.
I think.
Sweet. The game.
Is it blue in here?
I mean, it's dark.
Okay.
It's getting dark. The game itself
It's
is
getting
simple.
darker.
All you need is an 18 by 10 inch table, 5 or so trees, a house or a shed, 30 plus apples or apple tokens, 1 peasant per player, and the usual stack of D6s and measuring tools.
Bro, I love this.
The aim of the game is to pick as many apples as you can and get them back inside the house before the birds arrive to eat your bountiful crop.
Classic birds.
Yeah, right?
They always
Jerks.
be doing that. Well, it's either them or us.
This is any apples remaining on your apple trees or even being carried by your hardworking peasants. So if you don't get those apples back inside, sorry, the birds will attack you.
Wow. So they're magpies then.
Or crows, maybe. Crows can be jerks.
Crows can be jerks, but I feel like crows are like conniving jerks. Like, I'm not going to attack you, but I am going to break your world
Yeah,
one piece at a time. You're not going to know it was me. They're like Sigma males.
Okay, sure. You have 2 actions. Move and pick apples, right? Easy.
Classic.
The movement action itself is explanatory. You move up to 4 inches and you pick apples when you're in base contact with the tree trunk. Roll your d6, and that is how many apples you pick that turn. The game ends after the specified turn, and you count the apples you've picked from your orchard.
This does sound like a simple game.
Yeah, it's simple.
You move into base contact with the tree.
You roll a dice. That's how many apples you get. Yeah.
But picking apples is only half the battle.
Oh, that's right. You got to get them back inside before the birds show up.
Wow.
This game was built as a kid's game, a way for Simon to bond and share his joys with his son. But it quickly grew, new rules added, expanding it to have a great little cult following. Don't let its simplicity fool you. The expanded rules add random movement distances, terrain modifiers, tools in which make your apple picking easier or delay the birds. It even brings extensions to a scenario, like Chicken Run. A randomized event that occurs when the first apple picking roll of 6 is rolled. Somehow, be it ignorance or arrogance, some chickens have escaped and are now running freely through the orchard. Place a chicken marker or model in the middle between the 2 peasants. At the end of each turn, the chicken will run directly away from the closest peasant. The peasants must catch the chicken before the game ends, otherwise it may run away and start a new life somewhere else.
My mind is spinning with how excited I am to play a game that incorporates chickens. And also with ideas for a chicken game that I want to call Cock Battles.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Slap an M15 on that one just to be
Cock
safe.
slap. Oh, you said slap an M15?
Yeah.
Okay, isn't that a gun?
That's an M16.
All right, my bad.
Chickens with guns.
Yeah. Hang on, I need to write some ideas down.
turn
Can we
into a
pause?
game jam.
Yeah. And but different breeds of chickens have different passability. Anyway, that's not about me. It's about,
There's
it's about
layers.
this.
There's
There's
layers. There are a handful more scenarios in the rules. The Apple Thief, which adds an NPC with the same actions available to him as the player characters, who will try and steal your apples. The goats and the mountain lion.
Hang on,
in
there's
which
a mountain lion?
The players must try and catch goats before the mountain lion does.
I don't want to be outside catching the prey of a mountain lion while there's a mountain lion out there.
Well, I mean,
I thought there's a non-combat.
it is non-combat. Who's to say that when the mountain lion catches the goats, he doesn't
Yeah, go on.
take them to
Word association.
the movies?
So it is M15.
The orchard and the graveyard. Ghosts are hungry after all and will eat apples from trees or players.
Classic goats.
Yeah, so there are a couple extra scenarios that are available. There's half a dozen in the main rule book.
Where can you get this rule book?
Well, it's part of the non-combat tabletop almanac, which is hosted on the 28 Mag website.
Okay.
There's also a Discord for the non-combat tabletop, which is full of rules. Like this is one game of dozens in the non-combat tabletop world.
Yeah, wow.
Just a couple others that they have in this universe is Foraging 28, which is a game inspired by its creator's solution for a pretty mundane task in an RPG they were running. So foraging, obviously, picking berries and mushrooms and
I'm
stuff
familiar.
like that. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Fishing
I
28.
understand loosely the concept, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. That's it. Word association, right?
Yeah.
Fishing 28, a game that it has you trying to catch fish whilst not grounding your boat.
Yeah.
My phone's not on silent.
That's all right.
Herding 28, take the role of a working dog and guide the herd into the pen.
We can edit that out probably.
I mean, we do it live.
Yeah, true. Hey, is Turnip 28? That's an actual war game though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's in the same vein as like Sludge.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
So it's that sort of alternate historical fantasy kind of vibe, but
Yeah, sure.
it definitely has guns.
It does. I feel like I feel like any of these non-combat games could have guns, but I mean,
Yeah, you
kinda,
could just shoot the chicken if it was running away.
That's what I'm saying. If there's a mountain lion out there, I want something with buckshot.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Fair.
I mean, I'm on a farm, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's in the house.
You're bound to have one.
Surely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-combat though, so we'll keep it that way.
Yeah.
How did you discover this game?
I can't really remember, but I'm in the Discord channel.
Really?
Discord server.
How did you get in there? What?
I
Yeah,
can't
fair
remember.
enough.
Maybe I saw it on like Facebook or something like that. But I've been in there for a while and I've looked at a couple other ones. It's like one of them is like it's called like Aftermath 28. They all have 28 in their name. You know, obviously
Yeah.
it's 28 mil scale.
Yeah, it's that whole Inquisitor vibe, right?
Yeah. Exactly right. That's sort of the
Is that the
foundation
origin of
it's
that?
built from? Yeah.
But at this point, we could just assume miniature gaming is 28. So what are we, guys? What are we doing?
I don't know.
What
I
are
don't know
we
why they
doing?
stick to it, but they do, and that's fine. But one of them is like you rebuild after like a catastrophe. I don't know, like an earthquake or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
cool.
rebuilding a city. And Salvage 28, where you're I think you're an astronaut salvaging ships, and
That's cool.
there's just like it's the limit. It's like limitless, right? Like you
Yeah.
can make a non-combat game of anything.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like you could make one like lawn mowing or something like like
You know what would be hype? First of all, we do need to do a game jam,
Yep.
like where we just sit in here for 24 hours and actually together, the four of us, maybe some other randos, actually,
Have friends.
yeah, maybe our friends even. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like actually write a rule book. Like the goal is to have a PDF we can share in the Discord that people can actually play.
That'd be cool.
I think for 24 hours we could easily do that.
Oh, you get something that's playable.
And I feel like what would be dope. Hang on, I lost my thought.
Word association.
Word association. Yeah, your mind needs to be sharp with words. Mine needs to be sharp with remembering like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind for your game.
Sure.
I've always loved games like what's that game where it's like a PC game, or was it a Game Boy? I forget. And it's like you are in a game studio.
Game dev. Tycoon.
Game dev. Yeah. All those style of games where it's like meta. It's like a game about making a game.
Yeah.
There's like an app about. It's a similar thing. App about designing an app.
Sure.
It would be very cool to make a non-combat war game about making a war game and trying to sell it and like print it. Do you do minis?
How would you'd have to have minis, right? 'Cause that's the whole point of this tabletop gaming, right?
Yeah.
So like, what would you do? Have someone walk from like this PC to the photocopier?
I don't know, man. That's for the game jam to decide. That's not for us to decide.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
my NPC will probably just walk from the seat to the fridge
To get a cold one.
to get a brew and then back to the seat again, right?
Well, you got to roll to see if you don't fumble the brew. And what brew are you going to grab? And what's and you got to maintain your BAC.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
you might
like-
need to drive home later.
Well, you need to have one to be able to create a fun game, but not too high that like you start getting some errors in your text.
Indeed.
So, anyways, we'll get there.
Yeah, there's a game there, dude.
There's a done.
You've sold
Maybe.
me. I'll buy it.
All right, cool. Done. That is very meta. Can
So
I?
that's apple picking 28, right? In a nutshell,
In a nutshell,
pick apples.
pick apple.
What do
You
you want?
actually do just pick apples, and that's. I would actually love to try that with Lincoln at 3 years old now, and just see how much. If I just like printed a thing that was 4 inches,
Yep.
and just said this is how far a person can move.
Yep.
You got to get him to this tree. Roll a dice. You got 4 apples. Give him some tokens. Put him in a cup.
Yeah.
I think there's an element there that he would participate in.
Yep.
I'd be curious to see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
I like that. Oh, the A-frame, so I can put my book on it.
The A-frame. Oh, this A-frame.
Yeah. Only because I have a book here, so why not put it on the A-frame?
You would not rather Cosmic Patrol be on there?
I don't care. So I've chosen Hives.
Hives.
By New Icon. So this game, this was a journey for me.
Sure.
This was a journey. So the very first thing I did was I went to the Wargame Vault.
Oh, nice. Good website. Use our affiliate link in the description.
That's right. Oh, shit. I bought this game. I didn't use our affiliate link.
You jerk.
I'm sorry.
We just lost probably 10 cents.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I forgot all about it. But we do have an affiliate link. Please don't you forget about it. Check it out. It's in the description or something. There you go. So, yeah, I jumped on the Wargame Vault, which we have an affiliate link
You bought
for.
this and didn't support your own channel.
Oh,
That's
well,
cool.
I mean, whatever.
You could have used the credit we've got from all those parsecs we've solved.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't know how all that works.
on my
That's your
account.
thing. Yeah, it's on your account. There's nothing there. So, I was scrolling through, and it had like there's Black Friday sales on there,
Yep.
and it has like the hottest games.
Hot. So hot right now.
And so I'm scrolling through. There's like a slider there, and I look through, and I'm like, we've talked about that's Planet 28. We've talked about that.
Let me guess.
Barrelwood.
I'm going to guess three games are in that top 100. Top whatever.
Yeah, go for it.
Doomed.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
No, guess more.
5 parsecs from
Yeah,
home.
5p was there for sure.
Verretwood.
Yeah, okay. Is that because I said it? Like, or I've said it 3 times tonight. It was there. Yeah, it was there.
I knew it.
Good for them.
And Maritime Chinese Army.
Maybe I didn't see it. So there was a
I've
lot
looked
of
at
like,
that so many times. Sorry, but it's $50, and I'm like, who's buying this?
is it really
But it's in the top.
$50?
I reckon someone's money laundering with that.
I
thing,
think
bro.
so. That's like one of them Steam games. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was made like it took 10 minutes to make, and they're selling it for $900. You're like,
Exactly.
all right, so we know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Just
Anyway.
use NFTs, guys. Don't muck around with our games. Yeah, $50 for what?
It's apparently it's a
PDF.
rule book for Chinese Navy
For a PDF though.
for a war game, but I've never seen any other nationalities navies listed.
That's very
It's like-
interesting.
I mean, fair enough if there was like the US Navy, you know, the British Navy, like whatever, like a bunch of others, then you could like battle each other, right?
Yeah, someone's pissed you off, I can tell. You were mad about this. You were angry about this. Let him have it, Shane.
I don't. Where's the money going? I want to see.
And if you
the
want to
paper
buy it,
trail.
please use our affiliate link.
Oh yeah, we get heaps for that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So yeah. I was scrolling through and I saw the hottest games, and I'm like, we covered that one. There's probably about 6 games we've already talked about.
Yeah.
In the top list.
I named like 3 of them.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, give or take. And this game, Hives, jumped out at me.
Yep.
And I think it's like the cover of it reminded me a little bit of the Necropolis cover, where it's just like a black image with the name, and that elicited feelings of joy.
It looks like Doom guy.
Yeah, it's like a broken space
Can't be
sci-fi
Doom
helmet.
guy, though.
It can't be. No,
He doesn't
no.
die.
Exactly. Well, he might not be dead. That might be a portrait.
Oh, yeah, self-portrait. Yeah.
So it jumped out at me. Loved it. I read through like the description of what's actually in this thing. And so it said, originally planned as an ongoing micro-zine, Hives is available in a full and complete experience, including in the following. Full backstory lore. I was like, oh, some lore. Tasty.
Yep.
Core rules. Great. New weapons. I was like, what? They had old weapons?
Where are the old weapons?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Special abilities and cybernetics. I was like, okay, this is already cool. Rules for 3 types of grenades and how they're handled. Rules for non-player security systems and turrets. Rules for hacking and hacking security systems and or even enemy cybernetics.
Nice.
Rules for the setting's current catastrophe resurgence event. Playing as the leaders of Tank 34, which is the space station this takes part in.
Yep.
Tank 34's infamous gangs and leading them into battle. Campaign system rules, scenarios, 2 methods for solo play, principal unit cards and tokens. I was like, for $4?
$4.
$4.
Wow. How much is it when it's not on sale?
$5.
Hey, that's a good discount there, 25%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
20%?
That's not 25%. You're on your numbers. I should have done a number association game where we just counted up. I'll say, I'll start at 1, you just count up, see how we go. We've done 3 episodes. 5. Oh, okay. That's 1 less than I thought. Anyways, this isn't the roast of Shane.
Sure as hell feels like it.
All right, so yeah, anyways, when I discover a game like this, I do a weird thing where I buy the rules, but then I don't open the rules.
Yep.
I go, I need to know everything about the person that made this game.
Okay, so what do you look up? He's like LinkedIn or something?
Wow, I wish, man. So
Who is it?
I want to know like how long they've been making games, where they started, how invested in making games are they? Like, is this their only title? Little flash in the pan? Have they done 20 things that failed miserably?
Yep.
Or have they done a really successful title in the past? I just want to know all that stuff.
Sure.
So I went looking for new icon.
Yep.
I was like, I clicked their thing on Wargame Vault, so you can see all the stuff that they've made. Yeah, it's not.
I was like, is it New Econ?
I was saying new icon in my head the whole time, but it's new icon.
Sure.
It's like the German pronunciation of, or like the writing, isn't it? N-E-U icon.
Sure.
N-E-U icon.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm telling them because they can't see.
Yeah, I mean, they can't.
They can't. They're blind. We need to release our episodes in Braille. I've been telling you. So I wanted to know everything, but couldn't find anything about new icon.
Sure.
So, and like I said, I clicked on their profile basically in Wargame Vault, and I'd seen they'd made a ton of stuff.
Yeah, right.
And all of their stuff was published by a company called C-Pop, Crush Pop.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, let's check out them. So then I jumped on their Facebook and I was looking for anything.
You're down the rabbit hole, dude.
Oh, I'm in there.
You're like,
I'm like a fox in a rabbit hole.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I've hacked the mainframe and I'm in.
Yeah.
Except I wasn't because I couldn't find what I was looking for.
Okay, sure. So
So
you're out.
I was out. I was like, I'm in. I can't see anything. I'm out.
Yeah.
So then I actually messaged C-Pop's Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, hey, I'm doing a podcast episode on one of your titles called Hives.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if you work with New Icon often, like what other stuff have you published of theirs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they hit me back instantly.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, thank goodness, with an auto message. And I was like,
Yeah.
never mind.
Nice.
I'll go make a call. Oh, wait, there's another message. Greetings. It's New Icon. Or New Icon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I was like,
No.
what?
Yeah.
And so thus began an hour-long back and forth with the creator of this game.
Nice.
And I wanted to talk so much about the journey of New Icon
Yeah.
and their creation of C-Pop games as a publishing. They've gone all the way, and so I need to do a deep dive on them.
Yeah, you
Not
do.
now, obviously, as a separate episode.
Yeah.
because New Icon's gone all the way from making fan homebrew rules for StarCraft all the way up to having their own publishing studio with a subsidiary music label and paint range.
That is mental.
And I'm just like, and the different titles, it's awesome. And the story, anyways.
Yeah.
So there's a deep dive there coming on that.
Get him on the show.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think that was something. So he's from Pasadena.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was German.
No, that's just the way that's
okay.
that's the German spelling for new is N-E-U.
Okay. But
Yeah.
he's from California.
Of course. What are you? You don't understand? Or you confused or something?
Hey, should have hit me with some geography questions.
And so New Icon is just an absolute lad.
Yeah.
I was chatting to him and he was more than happy to answer anything I asked, and I asked a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. So anyway, that's an episode that will be coming out soon.
Can't wait to hear it.
It's going to be awesome. So I thought maybe I'll talk about Hives, the actual game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flick through this book to get my quick headings, and because I haven't read, no, that's a lie. I've actually read this entire book. So I want to take you through it, because if you buy, this is $4 right now.
On sale.
On sale, it's $5 normally.
25% off. It's
Yeah.
normally $5.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
After you add the 25% and it becomes $5.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Use your affiliate link, please.
So use the affiliate link. So this is New Icon's love letter to Necromunda.
Nice. Yep.
Whereas he's got another title that is closer to, what are they trading?
I don't know.
It's actually, they're writing notes to each other.
Yeah.
So we got Church and Rory writing notes. This is what it's like to be my teacher from high school.
Yeah. Take it off him and read it out to the class.
Yeah. Actually, I had to eat a letter. Have you had to eat a letter before? Because you wrote something so horrendous, the teacher, when they started walking towards you.
I thought you were about to say the teacher made you eat it. Who was your teacher?
Mr. Trotter. Yeah. You all know. That makes sense. Checks out. So anyway, there's there's rules on the hives, law on the hives,
Yep.
law on... You think about Mr.
Just
Trotter?
can't get the image out of you being made to eat them.
Yeah.
And you're like, I really don't want it. The teacher's like, eat it.
It's like, what's that, Matilda? Miss Trunchbull making that fat kid eat the chocolate cake?
Yep.
That was me with the piece of paper. Anyway, so there's law. There's pages of law on the space station itself, the history of it, the pioneering days, different eras, the civil war that eventually led to the collapse of this station, gang wars, struggle for survival, and then it says the locales, so like the Void Market, the Nexus Core, the Forgotten Lab.
Yep.
And like I was just blown away by something that was sort of intended to be something smaller, some micro designs released over time that he said he had so many other projects, he just decided to release this all in one.
Yep.
And it's just like, how do you just go from like, oh, I'll sprinkle this out to, oh, I'll just quickly whip up something so, like, this, so much thought has gone into this. And I loved it.
Yep.
The Solarium Gardens, Starlight Plaza. So all these different locations, eras, the particular event that's happening now, which is like basically zombies.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, spoiler alert, zombies.
I love zombies.
Well, it's a cool thing in this game where it's like, if you want to play in this like current timeline,
Yep.
in your tabletop game, you have to include NPC zombies because there's an
Oh, wow.
outbreak.
Yeah.
So any gang wars you're having are being constantly bombarded by just random zombies.
That's so cool. Like you're sort of fighting it out with someone across this hallway and a zombie just...
Yeah, and it doesn't care about which one uses on which side.
Yeah,
it's a
the
zombie.
closest one, yeah.
But you can also choose not to include those rules, but that's sort of like,
Why would you?
why wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly. So you've got the Notorious gang, so it has like a list of all the different, like, obviously you make your own gang, or you can have one of these. It's also got all different leaders and some history about particular leaders of said
Nice.
gangs. There's rules at the back of this book where you can actually pick one of these leaders and play as them, and it tells you how to build them and the rules that you get. Most notable battles. So I'm already like 25 pages in. Hey, it says Michael Fox, order number 419. 079. What are the odds? My name's Michael.
Your
Box.
name's in the book. Dude.
Whoa! Oh, you didn't need to credit me, new icon. Thanks, man. And then so it jumps into the rules, and I wanted to like get you an idea. So building the gangs is real simple. You pick a credit limit. So you say 200 credits. All right, let's make our gangs for 200 credits.
That's your points value.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. And so from there, you choose your recruit level: Juve, Ganger, Veteran.
Yep.
Each one of those costs more and more credits based on their level. You choose your armor: none, light, medium, heavy.
Yep.
Then you pick your weapons from a list, and then you start the game. And
Wow.
on your turn, it's supposed to be, a lot of his games are just supposed to be simple, because originally this was released as one page.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Back in, his idea for it was in 2015. I can't remember when the actual one page of it was released.
Yep.
So that's why when it said new weapons and stuff like that, it meant added
From
to
its earlier edition.
correct, yeah. So on your turn, it's alternate activation.
Nice.
You pick move, attack, or bandage. You acquire stress during battle, which is really cool. So if you have stress on you at the start of your turn, you roll a dice to see if you're overcome by stress.
Oh yeah. Nice.
You can also like be pushed, push your trooper a little bit harder at
Yep.
the risk of gaining stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh no, you just get stress. Sorry, and that kind of like lets you roll more dice for your action. Movement and range attacks is all pretty simple. It uses like a 2d6 system.
Okay. Yep.
So like I think stuff is usually shot at short, medium, long range. I think long is an 8+ to hit.
Sure.
Because you got the 2d6. So it's got a cool damage chart too. So when you actually take damage, you roll to see what happens. You could gain 1 wound and a stress. If you roll a 10+ on your 2d6, you're killed instantly.
Yeah. Right.
But if it's a 2 to 3, you may immediately make a free ranged attack against the attacker.
Oh, nice. Clap back.
Exactly. So it was like, I expected that, even if attacked by range. And then like a 4 is, what was that? You may move 3 inches. So
Yep.
damage isn't always damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yep.
There's like the different guns and how much they cost. Later on, there's additional guns that are more specific. But it kind of uses, this game says, make sure you kit bash your stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So at the start, it gives you very general guns: revolver, light machine gun, assault rifle, heavy machine gun, and sniper.
Yep.
And basically, you just, with your model, you go, it's most like a machine gun. But later on, there's new guns.
So it leans into that sort of hobby side of it as well.
Big time,
Which
yeah.
is very cool. And, like obviously this is a scenario kind of driven narrative campaign sort of setting. Obviously, like it's going to be mission that leads on to other missions.
Yeah, it's got a campaign option for it as well. But you can also just build your crew and play a one-shot with it too.
Yeah, nice.
Use your 200 credits.
Yeah, nice.
Throw some zombies in if you wish. You can also add abilities if you want to use those, which is like medic, cost you 4 credits.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got that. Brutal and force. There's like 20 of them.
Yep.
Which is what I loved. It's like this game has the essentials to play something that's like fun. You don't have to add anything yourself. If you want to play like indoors, it has security systems.
Yep.
Which is really cool because like you roll at the start of your turn to see if you trip any of the security in that room.
Nice.
But you've
That's
also,
very cool.
if you've paid for like hacker equipment, you can hack that. You can attempt to hack
Shut it
the
down.
security.
Yep.
There's turrets and stuff like that, and then the grenades handle pretty uniquely, which is very cool. More guns like as I mentioned earlier, the Gauss rifle, arc disruptor, gravity hammer, sonic emitter, stuff that's a bit more specific that have special rules with them.
Yep.
As opposed to just being it's a gun, here's its range,
Yeah.
whatever.
Slug weapon, energy weapon, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. You can, and then there's rules for like hacking, like not just the security systems, but cybernetics of other people.
Yeah.
And then campaign rules, which includes earning credits, territories, and influence, and how to actually end the campaign, which I find some games lack.
Oh, it's just like, I guess you just end it when you've had enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas this is kind of, it's like it understands it's a story, it's got an end.
Yeah, yeah.
Then there's rules for solo play and scenarios, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
And like tokens and like
so good.
stuff to write your crew. So
Yep.
it was just something that surprised me because when I went in, I guess I expected a $4 rule book.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when I opened, I was like, this is just the kind of Necromunda I would play.
Yep.
I don't want all the extra stuff, but I wouldn't mind getting a little Necromunda crew
Yep.
and just doing this.
Hell yeah.
it looks like it plays so quick, and it's one of those games where it's like mission 1, let's just play with the standard rules.
Yeah.
Mission 2, let's add some special abilities.
Yep.
With our
Yep.
credits that we got from,
So by mission 4 or 5, you're sort of playing with everything.
Yeah.
It warms you up into it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice.
Very
cool.
And he's one of those creators that's sort of like, a lot like Ivan. In fact, I mentioned 5 Parsecs and how we are a 5 Parsecs channel, according to some.
Yeah.
He said Ivan's a good dude, so I'm not sure if they've got a connection there. But
Nice. I'm sure all those developers have had some kind of connection at some point.
Chatted or something.
Yeah, been like, hey, you've done this really well. How can I make it my own or something like that? Just that's what I do anyway. You try and bounce off other people.
And he has the same mentality at the start of his book. He says, this is a framework. If you want to hack this, use some of it, chop it out, put your own stuff in. Like, this is just a thing. Because that's how he started.
Yeah.
That's how he created games. Is his first game was, he found a game he loved so much, he asked the creator, hey, can I make my own rules for this?
Yep.
And that kind of was his start.
Nice.
And so he carries that through his theme now. What I also like is that he produces this all out of his own pocket. He's like, he could go to Kickstarter or whatever.
Yep.
But he believes in what he's doing, so he's just like, he just pours everything into it.
Yeah. That's so cool. Even Simon, who created Apple Picking, was basically saying the same thing. It's like, take what you want.
Yeah.
If there's something that you hate, don't use it. If there's something you think you can add, add it.
Yeah, if you want to put guns on the chicken or whatever, for example.
Now you've got chickens that run directly to you, not away from you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Attack
Murder
chickens. Murder chickens.
Yep. So that's so cool, man. And for the fact that it's $5 when it's not on sale, is nuts. Like, this is something that you would pay, I'd say at least $15 for, and say, hey, I've got a pretty good book here.
Yeah.
And be happy with it, like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just threw that in the printer.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised when I read the little synopsis or whatever that tells you everything that's included. I was like, that just feels like there's more in there than a $4 book.
Yeah.
Like, even just all the lore and the different, like, you could get immersed in this universe.
Yeah.
And it's 50 pages. Like, it's decent. There's some work that's gone into it.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I love chatting to New Icon. We'll definitely do a deep dive into his journey and all the other games he's created.
Yep.
It's funny. He was like, of all the games, how did you find Hives? It's like, it's one of my lesser known, less popular titles.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know, man. Just it was on the hottest thing. So
nice.
So he's got some other cool ones. I actually went and bought 22 of his 27 books.
Oh wow.
Because he sells all of his stuff so cheap.
Yeah.
It's all like $1, $2. So
crazy.
We'll put the link to his Wargame Vault in the description.
Yep.
So you can see all his titles. Mm-hmm. And then when you do, click our affiliate link and go buy all his stuff.
Yep.
I was chatting to him about his paints, so I'll be getting some of his paints.
Oh yeah. What's the paint range?
It's called, I've got to remember, Cult Craft.
Okay.
So there's actually a little following Discord group that follows along with New Icon and C-Pop's creations.
Yep.
And they're called the Cult of C-Pop.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm in that I'm in that Facebook group.
Yep.
And so we should also drop the main website for Cult of C-Pop.
Yep. We'll chuck that in there as well,
so that people can, if they want to check out the paints, or they've got other stuff there too.
Yep.
Which is really cool. So we'll throw that all in there. I don't know how that works, but I'll give you the links and then you can do your voodoo magic.
Send them to me and I'll type them out into like HTTPS. You got to have
with
to
your
do
type.
that.
You got a typewriter.
You got to do colon, like double slash. Don't forget double slash.
Of course, no.
Yeah.
And make sure it's HTTPS.
Yeah, because if you get the S, then
it's not secure. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so funny, right? Because you messaged me the other day saying how hyped you were for this game.
Yeah.
And when we do these episodes, we don't like to tell each other what game we are because we want it to be sort of a surprise, right? Not that we'd go, I'm going to go look into that, but it's just...
It keeps it organic.
It does, right? And
the only risk is that we might come up with the same game.
Yeah. But you expressed that. You're like, I hope we haven't chosen the same game.
Yeah.
We couldn't have picked any two games further from the scale.
They are on the opposite ends of the spectrum.
They literally are.
Yeah.
The start and the end.
Yeah. Goes all the way from apple picking to gang war.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's so funny because when you're like, mine starts with H, I'm like, hurting 28 sats with that. I'm like, surely not.
I never even thought of that before. I thought I was such a genius when I was like,
Yeah.
I picked a game that starts with H. And I was like, why don't we do this more often instead of just being like, I hope you didn't pick the same game. I hope you didn't pick the same game.
Yeah.
Come out with a 15-minute episode. Although this was one of the rare ones where if you had been like, I picked Hives, I'd be like, well, you tell us about Hives. I'll tell you about New Icon.
Yeah.
All the other stuff.
Oh, that's so good. It looks awesome. I can't wait to hear about New Icon and what he's done and everything else. And
Yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date with
Yeah.
all of the stuff that he's doing too, because I'm loving it. I was looking through some of the other games, and some of them are made as Zines, so like you print it on a A4 piece of paper, fold it down into a little 6-page book.
Yeah,
it's just
nice.
very cool.
Nice.
So yeah,
Sweet. Yeah, we'll put links to all the games and all the stuff we've talked about today in the description.
yep.
And yeah, thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't already, please like and consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot. Share us with your friends or people you think would enjoy our podcast. Maybe people you don't like. Say, hey, these guys is going to annoy old mate.
You should just be like, oh, you would really love this podcast.
Yeah.
It's a true crime podcast.
It's a murder mystery
Sometimes
podcast.
they try and take you on a trip, so they'll talk 10 minutes about like some random thing like tabletop games or something.
Yeah.
But then it gets really good.
They
when
get you into it.
Yeah. And then they listen and they're like, I listened for 30 minutes. And then it ended.
Abruptly.
Yeah, very abruptly. They thank their patrons.
They
That
even
means-
asked me to subscribe.
the audacity.
So I did.
Yeah, so I did. I'm a patron now.
Speaking of patrons, for $2 a month, you can get early access to videos like this, our battle reports, some exclusive stuff, mostly memes of us.
Yeah, memes of us. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
people who would
exclusivity.
appreciate it most. And yeah, big thank you to you guys. As always, we have the goats. We have Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, the goats, and the mountain lion, dude.
Yeah.
Gridlock, Annex, MJ, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We got the OG homies. We got Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, Rad, Ollie,
See,
Hockers, Penny, Aggro, Don Hard Don, Pure Blind, Primal Nerds, Jackson V, Shut Up Shane, and Big Roach. Thank you all for your continued support.
Blind as a butt.
What?
You call me blind, and I see you going.
Yeah. To be fair, that's
screen's
the
off.
darkest screen we have, and it's what we use. So that's smart. That's
true.
just good. It's good business.
It's just good business.
So please check out all the links for all the games the 2 games we've just mentioned, and we'll see you next time on episode 6 of Unfamiliar Wargames, or unless we do episode 4 like Shane thinks.
Maybe 4. Thanks for watching.
Toodles.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny town red.